starting to come back at him.
What happened? Oh! One of these SUVs is powered by petrol, but the other is by diesel. But what's quicker at the drag strip? Hang around, because I reckon the answer's going to surprise you. I have decided, rightly or wrongly, to plonk myself in the diesel car, which is against a straight six petrol. So let's see if I live to regret that decision. But a couple of things to point out before we get going. One, it is wet today, very wet. So we aren't running the drag strip in the normal direction because it's really slippery and we just wouldn't go anywhere. So we're going to run it in reverse. This surface here is a bit more like a typical road surface, so it should be a nice match between these two cars. Secondly, we're going to do our usual thing. So we're going to compare them over a launch control run, a street start, then a roll race. It's cold, it's wet, same conditions for both cars. Over in the Jaguar is my good friend Scotty Newman. Scotty, how are you, mate? You're probably feeling pretty confident because petrol v diesel, petrol wins hands down, right?
Mate, why are we even doing this? Like, I don't even know why we're wasting everybody's time. Clearly, I not only have a petrol, I have a 3-litre turbocharged petrol with an electric supercharger with 294 kilowatts and 550 newton meters. Like, you've got a tractor.
I think this diesel may actually surprise you. I think it's a bit of a sleeper. 3-litre turbo diesel with a 48-volt subsystem, 251 kilowatts, so a bit less power than you, but the figure that matters the most, torque. I have 700 newton meters.
Yeah, but you're like those truck drivers that are like, oh mate, I got 2,500 newton meters. Yeah, but you've got it for like 50 RPM. Have you got like a 18-speed gearbox or something?
Well, the rest of the comparison between these two cars is really similar. Both have 8-speed automatics, both are all-wheel drive, both weigh around 2,000 kilograms, so they're big and heavy. Question is, how do they sound? Because I think your car's going to sound really cool. My car doesn't sound like a tractor, it sounds really weird. Let's do a sound off.
All right, start the engine. So I'll just put it in dynamic. Not bad. The rev takes so long to go down. This thing has to have a flywheel made of lead.
Diesel sound. Let me put the window up so you guys can get the full glory of the strangeness that is about to occur. They've actually put a microphone at the exhaust and it pumps in this synthesized sound. It's really weird. It sounds so obviously fake. It's not a bad sound, it just has no correlation to a performance diesel SUV. Anyway, jump into the comments below. Let us know which of these two cars you prefer the sound of. All right, mate, enough faffing around. Let's race.
Let's do it.
If you want to see more drag races like this one, you know what you have to do. Please hit the subscribe button and also the bell notification, because that'll let you know that we're going to have one of these pretty much every week. And also jump into the comments and let us know what cars you'd like us to see put head to head.
So the question is, Alex, do you have launch control?
Yes, I do. The process is a little complicated to get to it. You've got to rub your head and pat your tummy. But once you do, I think I should be okay.
I don't think I've got it. I tried to look for the, that's the thing these days. You used to have to, you know, balance wheel spin and clutch slip and everything like now. You just have to look through the bloody menu and try and find which buttons you need to push. Having a look, don't think I've got launch control.
All right, time to activate launch control. Here we go. Put the car into drive, into sport gearbox. Turn off the stop-start system. Put the traction control into sport mode, but it says off-road mode, which is a little bit strange. But now all I need to do is left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle, and we should be good to go.
So I've got it in dynamic mode. I've got it in track DSC, just to make sure we don't get any sort of weird ESP intervention. Gonna go old school since I don't have launch control. Spool it up on the brake, hopefully build a bit of boost, and then pew, straight to the finish line in first place.
I reckon we're going to surprise him with the diesel. I don't think he's quite ready for the tower of torque that I'm about to unleash.
3, 2, 1,
Oh, close getaway, but
What?
Quattro system has him.
What's this?
How's that for 700 Newton meters?
What? This doesn't work. Oh, it's starting to come back at him. It's starting to come back.
Diesel beats petrol.
We need a longer drag strip.
I'm happy, but also a little bit sad because I'd prefer petrol to beat diesel, but you can't argue with the might of 700 Newton meters.
What?
I told you, I had a sneaking suspicion that this was going to be a bit of a sleeper. Shock result. Diesel beats petrol.
What is this witchcraft?
There's no holding back 700 Newton meters, and the Quattro system is so good in these cold, wet conditions, it just rockets away.
Yeah, and that torque just can't be argued with. It just surges away. I think once we get to about the 300 meter mark, I do start to come back fractionally, but I think we need to do a 1,000 meter race, not a 400 meter race.
All right, so launch control run, clear victory for the Audi. Let's try a street start now, see if you can salvage some redemption for the Jaguar fans.
Let's do it.
Street start, usual drill, Scotty. We're going to have the car in all of its comfort modes, and then when we get to 3, 2, 1, go, flatten the throttle and see which car can figure it all out faster. So these street starts are to replicate a real world situation where you're just sitting at the lights on the way home from the office. Some punk wants to race you away from the lights, haven't got time to put the car into launch control. You just mash it, see who wins. What are you vibing, Scotty? Both cars have 8-speed autos, so pickup should be fairly similar. What do you reckon?
Well, I'm feeling still quite hopeful. Maybe it's a false hope, but I'm still quite hopeful because I think in this, the street start will be pretty much as quick as my full bore start because I don't have any fancy launch control, I don't think. Whereas you won't have launch control, so maybe you'll be a bit slower off the line. I hope. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Oh, it's a bit slow off the line, but oh, this is better. This is better.
Oh, he's coming back at me a little bit. Oh,
Come on, Jaggy.
oh, it's closer than the launch control start.
Come on, back at him, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come
Oh,
on, get him
he's coming
back.
back, but I've got him.
No! That was close though, that was close.
Well, that was closer and slightly stressful because you were hunting me down.
I'm breathless, I'm out of breath, it's too exciting, it's too much excitement.
I was so transfixed on you hunting me down that I was watching you in my rearview mirror and forgot to look forward and kind of strayed to the center of the track a little bit.
It's like when you're going on swimming lessons and you have your eyes closed and end up in the center rope.
You just can't beat this thing away from the lights.
Nah.
It is so quick. That diesel torque and the Quattro system, oh well.
I reckon it'll be close in the roll race though.
Yeah, probably.
Because once this thing's rolling, it's so...
You need something because whitewash for the Audi so far, Scotty. Scotty, usual roll race procedure, please, mate. Have the car in its sport mode, gearbox in automatic, get up to 50 k's an hour, flatten the throttle, see you at the checkered flag. This is going to be close, I think, closer than the standing start runs. Can the diesel torque and reaction of the gearbox better that of the F-Pace? I don't know, because once we were up and moving, he was hunting me down. So I think of all the disciplines today, this is probably going to be the weakest for the Audi, but should be close for you guys at least.
I'm hoping that we can salvage some of Petrol's honour. There we go, it's 50.
That is 50 k's an hour. Level pegging. Avoid the wet stuff, Alex.
We're going to try and avoid the wet patch too. And then we flatten it.
Oh no!
Oh, there we go!
What happened?
Petrol, 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 petrol!
Oh, damn. No.
F-Pace is the roll-on king!
Oh, damn it.
Woo! Leaving him for dust.
Clear victory for the Jaguar.
Petrol power!
Petrol power redemption!
Don't know how fast we're going there, but it was fast. It was fast.
You know, I'm not even mad because that means some redemption for a straight six petrol and I'm all about that.
Yeah, interesting though, isn't it? It's amazing how different it is. Like, I think this almost wins by the same margin that the Audi wins by from a standing start. Totally reverses it.
That's some solid scientific advice for our viewers back home.
That's exactly right. Jaguar is the roll racing king, but if you're a traffic light fiend, get the Audi.
So how fast are they? In these conditions, the Audi is clearly the quicker car. Its Quattro system and effective launch control helping it hit 100 k's an hour, or 62 miles an hour, in 5.19 seconds. Over the quarter mile, the Audi stops the clock at 13.51 seconds. The Jaguar's 6-cylinder petrol is strong on the move, but is 0.8 behind the Audi in the run to 100 k's an hour from a standing start. The Jag does claw some time back over the 400 metres, but with a time of 14.08 seconds, it's still 0.6 adrift. It sounds really weird, but man does this diesel have some punch. Question I want you to answer in the comments below: would you go diesel for your sporty SUV? It does seem a strange choice given diesel is on the nose throughout the industry, but let us know. Are you a closet diesel fan? I know a few people that are.